Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Come on in. Just getting set up here for coding for abundance tonight and just waiting for everyone to get in. Catch you all here. So say hello as you come in. So I know you're here. Hey, Narita's here. Hello, Narita. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. I am drinking warm tea to keep my throat, keep my voice here for us. I actually woke up without a voice this morning pretty much, and so I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to happen tonight? But hey, Joanna's here. Yay! But I've been drinking tea all afternoon. I've been quiet all day, so I'm happy to be here. I feel fine. A little tired, but I feel fine. Just have this laryngitis and a bit of a cough. I'm so glad you guys are here. Well, we're going to be talking about abundance. I mean, who doesn't like talking about abundance, right? Like just the conversation itself, all on its own, brings you in to its frequency. It's so cold right now, Nareda. You have no idea how cold cold it is. I'm teasing you. Nareda is down in California. I'm sorry to hear it's cold down there. As much as, it's hard to handle the cold sometimes in Alberta, I do love our snow. It is so pretty out. It is freezing out there. We're just coming out of a really deep cold spell, but we had quite a bit of snow and it's all just sitting on the pine trees. I'll post some pictures tomorrow morning. I'll use those as my morning post because it's so pretty. And then tonight the sky is blue, and as the sun is going down, just the sunset on all the snow, it's just such gorgeous coloring. Hi, Kelly. Yay, I'm glad you're here. Um, I'm sure we're going to have lots of pictures on Facebook tomorrow from people taking pictures out there. Even the sunrise this morning was absolutely gorgeous with the snow. So I did get out and take a few pictures. So tonight we are talking about abundance. Yay! All right. And it is February 2nd, 2022. So second month, or sorry, February 20th, February 2nd month, 20th day, 2022. It's a 222 day. It's a 222 Tuesday. Um, So a powerful day. And actually, today is the closing of the Lion's Gate. And the Lion's Gate was August 8th, 2021. And it opened a portal. And that portal was open for 6 months. And then today is the closing of that portal. However, today is a powerful gateway of energy, anyways. So we'll talk about that a little bit here. Let's start with that. Let's start with that tonight. So, I want to welcome anyone who's here that hasn't been here before, that doesn't know me. Um, my name is Janice, and I am an artist and a writer, and I work with spirit and bring through light codes and frequencies and channelings that bring powerful meditations and codings to help us continue to be our highest and best potential, to activate our inner potential, to be the creators of our life, to be the artists of our life. And that's what we do. And so a lot of my programs have creative activities in them, painting and such. And there's my painting back here, this beautiful goddess painting for Heal the Heart Womb. That's happening this Saturday. That painting was so powerful, and she just came out of the canvas. So I'm really excited about that one. Anyways, so that's who I am. And my intention tonight is to bring you some inspiration and to help you calibrate to this energy of abundance, and to bring you and remind you most of you just remind how to be in alignment with abundance, right? How we do that. And then at the end, I will tell you about my brand new program that's starting on March 8th. All right. So, 2222 day, 2222 day. Um, there's lots of information on the internet about that you can find out about. But it is a power number. Power, the frequency of two is duality, it's relationships, it's connecting, right? It's self love, it's new beginnings, um, and it's connecting. And and that is important right now. 2021 was a numerology frequency of, things falling apart, destruction, change, transformation. Transformation was a really big word in 2021. 2022, the messages that I get from 2022 is a couple. It's definitely connecting and celebrating. There is a celebrating energy, and also collaborating. So connecting and collaborating have been very strong over the last few years, last 2 years, since 2019, the end of 2019, that came through really strong for me, and it is continuing to grow and expand. Just a minute. So I feel that very strongly. The celebrate part came through today as like celebrate your life. Take some time tonight to really reflect on what has grown from the last 6 months in your life, what has evolved, where have you grown, where have you learned, where have you um, manifested, the dreams and desires that you have had, and go back. I mean, that's why I love having my journal, is because I can go back to August 8th and take a look at it. Hey, Jamie, hi. Um, I think I saw my teacher here, Catherine. Catherine, say hi. Um, anyways, it is a time for you to reflect back from that date and really think about what are all the ways that I grew and expanded and changed, and what morphed in my life, and now what am I going to, like, get new clarity about what you're going to create again. What is it that you're going to create? um, so that is all I'm going to say about the energy of today, because I am not an astrologist. I am not a numerologist. I just know what kind of comes through for me and for the people around me. But it is a powerful day, and don't ever let that go by and think, yeah, it's powerful for some people. The energy is there for you. There's a strong energy in the numerology, in the you know the lining up of the planets and everything. So take advantage of that and use that as like a current that you can run with, right? Okay, so, and please, if you guys know anything else, go ahead and put it in the feed there for everyone. If you know of other things um, about today, feel free to add that in. Okay, so first of all, I want to say what for some of you it would be coding. My title was coding for abundance. So what does that mean? Coding and unlocking codes is just that. It is when you are tuning a dial. It's like turning the dial on the safe to get the proper code to unlock the safe. And coding to abundance means that we want to find that frequency, keep turning the dial until we access that frequency and we go, oh, there it is. I know what it feels like now. I know what that frequency feels like. Now, frequency is another term that is often used. And I want you to think about, if you uh, frequency is the energy that you can feel. You can feel it in your body. You can feel it and sense it. And the more you get used to feeling into that, the more sensitive you get to it, that you can pick up on it quicker. So when you walk into a room, oftentimes you can feel the energy in the room, right? We've all done that. You walk into a room and it's like, oh, how do I back out of here quietly so no one sees me, right? Or or you walk into a room and it's like, oh my gosh, the energy in here is amazing, right? And it's turned up, the volume's up, like everything feels really good. That is tuning into a frequency. So, we want to practice doing is tuning into the frequencies of the feelings that we want to create in our life. So, frequency of abundance, frequency of, you know, um, money, frequency of love, frequency of joy, right? So, we're going to talk about like the frequency of abundance, the frequency of receiving. What is that energetic frequency of receiving, right? And so, backing up just a little bit, abundance, like let's get clear on abundance. Abundance means more than enough. And it's not just money, it's of whatever it is that you desire more of. For some people, it may be, I really want more friends. I will feel so abundant if I just had a bigger group of friends, or a love relationship, or perhaps more vitality. So when I speak of abundance, I speak of all of those things, all the things that make our life richer and more, um, bring in more joy for you, right? So, and that's going to be different for everyone, depending on where they're at. So, the frequency of not enough, right, is fear and scarcity. Um, A Course in Miracles teaches us that there are only two things in this world, love and fear, and only love is real, right? And so if you can narrow everything down in your life to love or fear, it gets a lot clearer. So instead of saying, you know what, I really feel anxious. It's like, well, let's pin that down. There's a fear there. What's the fear? And let's with, you know, let's turn it and switch it to love. How do we do that? How we switch to love, right? Um, Now, receiving is another frequency I want to talk about. So, the frequency of receiving. So, you can be manifesting. Manifesting is happening all the time in our lives. It's when we begin to consciously manifest what it is that we want to create, where we start to become aware of whether or not we're open to receiving. And we need to learn how to access that frequency of receiving. So, these are all things in my programs that I teach about. Okay, let's tap into that frequency of receiving and what it feels like in our body. What's the frequency of abundance in your body? How does that feel? Because our body is a communication device for us between the universe, spirit world, and us. And our heart is the gateway. So spirit comes in, um, and call it what you want, God force, your soul, your higher self comes in through the top of your head and down into our heart space, right? And that's the gateway of where we can consciously co-create with the universe. And I know I'm kind of jumping around here and I apologize, but I just these little tidbits first, get them into place, right? So receiving is something that we can be open to or not open to. So if we are trying to manifest abundance and you're saying, I'm trying, I'm doing all the things, I'm meditating, I'm smudging my house, like I'm doing all, got crystals out, but I'm still not getting it. It's like you could be blocking that energy of receiving. And that's a whole other area. You might be really, really good at manifesting consciously, but you're not open to receiving it. Okay, so that's something that for you to think about tonight. And you can receive in your life and still be sitting in lack, relaxing into it, or it can be in lack. But you can receive in both of those areas. Okay, hope this isn't too confusing. But what you want to be doing, because if you are asking, if you are trying to manifest in lack, you're going to manifest more lack. So what we want to do is code for abundance so that we can recognize when we're in lack and when we're in fear and when we can shift into love and abundance. So when you are in lack, you are in fear, you're in scarcity, you feel like there's not enough. And so you can feel that in your body. That's a frequency. Where do you feel lack in your body? Where does it come in for you? For me, it comes into my solar plexus. It's like everything tightens up, right? It does make sense. Okay, good. um, so we want to become aware of where we're feeling it because our body is our communication device. And so when our frequency is lowering into the levels of fear, we're going to feel it in our body. We're going to manifest more lack in our lives, and that's where we can also start to have things coming up in our body that, like, I've got an aching hip right now, or a lower back pain, or gee, my shoulder is out. I wonder why, right? Things like that. So it's really important that we learn how to come back into the frequency of abundance and calibrate to that frequency of abundance, because we want to be consciously manifesting in the abundance energy. So that we want to get ourselves into that abundance frequency and then start to consciously manifest from that state. Manifestation is a relationship between you and the universe. It's always happening. But when we begin to consciously manifest, it becomes like an energetic dance, and you have to learn the steps to the dance, right? But it is there, and it is absolutely there for you to learn these steps of this dance and start to manifest consciously in your life. Um, it's all energy, and energy is in the quantum field. So the quantum field is all around us, and it's learning how to work with that energy. And it's truly not that hard. It's just that we complicate it. We make it difficult and give it meaning where it doesn't need meaning, and make it so much more complex than it really is. So the conflict when manifesting starts when we allow ourselves to be led by fear. So again, that is something I talk a lot about in my programs, and that clearing debris through forgiveness right now is a lot about becoming aware of the fears in your life and where they are and how you behave around them. Now, the solution is to be in the love frequencies, right? Is choosing to be in the love frequencies. And trust me, I know how hard that is when you are in scarcity and lack, because I, s- I've been there. I've been there. For those of you that don't know me, I've been there. I went through a personal bankruptcy, 25 years, 27, 28 years. I should sit down and figure that out. It changes every year, so I forget. But I did go through it, and it was one of the hardest, most humiliating experiences I've ever had. And I have learned from that. But I know that when you change, when you shift into the love frequencies, the frequencies of abundance and gratitude and joy, your life changes. It works. There is no argument against that. It works. Staying in scarcity and lack and anger and frustration does not help you at all. And I know the feeling of, don't tell me to get grateful. I'm trying to feed my kids here. I have no food left in the fridge. What is there to be grateful for? I know that feeling, right? I really do. Um, but I just be open to walk with me here. Um, choosing what you want to create from desire, from the feeling of love, from, you know, the feeling of love for what you're creating, for the feeling of love of what you want to experience. That is abundance. Abundance is fuller, right? It makes your life fuller. It's fuller than it was before. It's not just enough, it's more than enough, right? Manifesting in just enough is manifesting in lack. And I know this because I did that for many years. Come on, universe. All I need is $300 to pay the rent, right? Come on, it's not that much, right? That's all I need. Just enough to pay the rent. Well, when you want just enough to pay the bills, or I just need enough to buy a new car, or I just need enough friends to make me feel like I belong, or I just need enough respect to make me feel valued, right? Those are manifesting from the point of lack. And when you manifest from that, there is never enough. There's never enough when you manifest from that not enough state. There's always going to be one more bill. There's always going to be one more thing to pay for on that new car. Maybe you need new floor mats, or maybe it needs new tires, or you come home and got a crack in the windshield and you got to fix that. There's always a need for more, right? Um, there's always one friend who's not happy with you. There's always one more person around you that seems to get more respect than you do. Like you're always in that not quite enough state. So we can't let fear take the driver's seat. When we shift into abundance, we're actually changing the narrative. We then can change the words that we're using to create from, changing the words to our story. This is powerful, right? Powerful stuff. We can shift to manifesting from our heart. Let me take a drink. I'm getting dry. When our intentions are coming from our heart in the frequency of love for all, when that's involved, then we can hold on to it and we manifest from a place of love, and we bring more love in. We bring in more abundance. And trust me, the universe knows the truth. The universe knows when you are trying to fool yourself, right? I really just want these new clothes so I feel better. But the universe knows when it's like, no, I really just want these new clothes because I want to make my sister-in-law jealous, right? There's a difference. I really desire this new car so I can feel safe. You want that new car because your neighbor's got a new car, and every time you look at their car, it makes you feel less than, right? So taking your desires and really cleaning them up and making sure that they are coming from a space of love, from your heart, from abundance, that is going to benefit you and everyone around you, right? I now pay my bills in gratitude for my lifestyle. And it's been hard this winter because utilities have gone up a lot, right? Got a shocking bill in January. And I was like, okay, okay. Being conscious of, oh, I just dropped into fear and lack and scarcity. All right. Really, really, I love my home. And I wouldn't want to be in a little tiny apartment somewhere. Mm. I'm really grateful that we actually have the money to pay for it. I'm really grateful that my home is warm. It's very cold outside. I would hate to be living in a drafty old house. Done that before. Old windows that the cold air comes through, right? So it's coming back into that of, okay, I'm going to pay this bill in gratitude, right? And I'm going to learn ways to cut down on my utilities at the same time. I light a candle, I play nice music, I pay my bills in gratitude. I I don't pay my bills when I am scared. And there are times that you feel that fear, anxiety. It's like, okay, don't pay your bills at that time, right? Or sit down and get them organized and figure out how much you need and then shift yourself into abundance before you pay your bills, right? I am so happy to pay for my car loan payments because I am so happy I received my car. That I love my car, right? I'm so excited for the road trips we're going to take in this car. So I'm going to happily pay these loan payments, right? So shifting into that feeling, that frequency of abundance before you take any action. And the same thing is then with your desires. You want to make sure that you're shifting your desires into abundance, into the feeling of more, the feeling of, that would feel so good, those desires. Um, I remember the time when I shifted from, from desiring more because I don't want to be in lack anymore, to I really want to know who I am when I don't have to worry about survival. That is a totally different frequency than I really need more money. I don't want to be scared like this anymore, right? Mm. Moving towards love rather than running away from fear, right? Attracted to love instead of running away from fear. Every every decision you make in your life, if you can take a minute and look at it and say, am I making this decision from fear or my heart's desires for the love, for the experiences I want to create in this world, right? And it can be, yeah, I really want more money so that I can be the one that takes care of my family because I love them so much and I want to give them experiences that they've never had before, right? Shifting into that love frequency, that abundance. So, practicing feeling abundance in your own body. What does it feel like for you? And write it down in your journal. What does abundance feel like? What does abundance feel like? Mull it over for a few days. What does abundance feel like to me? What would it feel like? If I laid out a big meal and had all my family over and there was more than enough food for everyone, it would feel expansive. Like, come and eat this food. Come, take some home. There's more than enough here, right? Anytime that you feel yourself shifting into fears and anxieties, come back into that feeling of abundance. Now, I've talked before about take a look around you. Look at how much abundance is out there in the world. Scarcity and lack is something that we were taught. We were taught that by people that were limited in their own minds because that's how they were raised and that's how their parents were raised, right? We have ancestors that have come through survival, a lot of really hard experiences, and bless them for all that they have done for us. But we are now moving into um, a new world, and the new 5D free energy in this world. And we need to rise up out of the lack and scarcity into abundance, into the higher frequencies. There's a Hertz frequency scale that shows you um, the actual gives a numerical frequency number for every emotion, starting down at the bottom at shame and going all the way up to the top to like bliss. And it shows you that 500, I think it's 500 and up is the frequency of love. And then it just keeps going up and up and up and up. And it's an actual thing, right? This is a measurement in science. So we want to be moving up in these frequencies and starting to live our life more from those higher frequencies than from the fear and anxiety and anger and frustration. We want to be, and we're human. Don't be hard on yourself when you fall back down. I do too. We fall down, we get frustrated and angry, things aren't moving fast enough for us, or it's not changing fast enough. That's normal. But then you recognize it, bring yourself back up again. Find the ways, the tools to bring yourself back up. One of the ways to do that is connecting with other people who are doing this work. So, right here in Soulfully Aligned Women, connect. And in my groups, that's what When Women Gather is all about. It's all about coming back, getting centered. Like 3 times out of the month, we gather to bring us back, to get us more centered and aligned again. And the and that manifesting in a group is very powerful, right? That manifesting in collaboration is what did I hear today? It's liquid gold is what it is. It truly is. That is the vision that I keep getting, is all these women coming together, because the energy of them coming together, the new energy it creates is so much more than us individually. So surround yourself with people who are also working on raising their vibration up and cleaning up their life so that they are living more in that abundance lifestyle. It doesn't matter how much you have materially, it doesn't matter. But you can also look around your room. When you're feeling scared or anxious, just look around your room right now. Look at all the stuff around you, all the stuff you've accumulated over the years. That is abundance, right? All the friends you've accumulated, that is abundance. And I also talked about this before, is like every day that you live, every morning that you get up is one more sunny morning that you see, one more sunrise. And that's more than you had yesterday. And every hug you receive from your loved ones, that's one more hug than you had yesterday. You have so much more, right? There's so much more. So I did get a channeling message for you, and I want to read it to you. Um, But the idea is that we clean up our thoughts, our intentions, and we get really clear on what it is that we're consciously manifesting and why. Why? Because your why is going to tell you if you're in fear or in love. And you want to shift it. You want to start to see it from fear. I'm not saying you can't manifest that. Like, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to manifest more money because I'm in fear of going bankrupt. It's like, no, no, no. You can still manifest more money, but let's just shift our desires, shift to our desires, shift it to the frequency of abundance, and keep reminding ourselves of that, and keep turning away from the fear. It's one step at a time. You notice where your thoughts are and you shift it to love. That is clearing debris through forgiveness. It's about shifting from fear to love, one day at a time. So I'm going to read you this channeling message. It just came through about 2 hours ago for you guys. Dear ones, abundance is all around you. It is everywhere. Come out of your mind and be present in this moment, and you will see just how much abundance there is for you. You are trapped in a dark cave of illusion. This illusion presents only fears to you, and it is time now to leave this behind and see the much bigger perspective. It is time to come out of the cave and climb up the mountain to see the view from here. There is so much more for you. You ask how? You take one step at a time, one decision at a time, to see through the eyes of love instead of the fears of not enough that your world has created. When you feel the fear pulling at you, remind yourself how many trees there are in this world, how many leaves on all these trees, how much soil is there for these trees, the depth of this earth for you, the breadth of this earth for you, the expansiveness of the air you breathe. There is more. There is always more. This is abundance. This is truth. And when you feel this abundance in your heart and in your body, you will radiate abundance. And then you will see abundance reflected even more all around you. It is easy. Just break it down to one thought at a time. Slow down your thoughts. When you feel yourself racing into the future, let your breath slow down your thoughts. Let your breath slow down your thoughts. Come back to remembering in this moment right now. Everything is good. Look around you, dear one, and see abundance. Look for abundance, for the lack is only in your mind. Focus your thoughts on what is abundant. Slow down your breath. This will become a habit if you consciously choose it to be. You will see when your thoughts go back to old memories and replay them. Do these steps again. Come back to this moment and find something around you that is abundant, even if it is the fibers in your carpet or the oxygen molecules in the air. Look around your room right now and see all that you have collected over the years. There is abundance all around you. This may not seem like the magical answer you were looking for, but this is the way to bring your frequency up to that of abundance. You will begin to feel better, and now you will begin to experience first more joy, more ease, more happiness, and more gratitude in your life. And isn't this just beautiful for the beginning? To create a life filled with all of this joy, ease, feeling good is what you truly want. But we are not saying that you cannot have all the beautiful experiences and treasures of this earth. This is what we want for you too. As your frequency matches that of your desires, you will find them coming to you. Here's where it may seem magical, but it is just the way of the universe. And then you can choose what next to create. It is never done, for there is always more. Um, there is there was something that came to me a while ago, reminding me that like we are the artist of our life. So if you don't like what's showing up on the canvas, paint over it. You get to choose. And the other thing that came to me was like, okay, like we get stuck in the same stories, the same repetitive patterns in our life. Look at it this way. I've experienced that. I know what it's like to have this life that I've had for so long. Now I want to try something new, right? And you get to turn and create something new. You have more control than you realize. So, like I had said before, the collective manifesting is pure gold. Connecting together. It's the power of the new force that's created when we gather with a clear intention, a common intention. So, and we've witnessed that in our groups, in sitting with, good friends. You feel that energy rise amongst you. We feel that in when women gather, because even though we don't have our teepee set up physically here yet, it's coming. Um, we imagine we're walking into our teepee in our meditation, and the connection of being together, that collective manifesting together, is very powerful. It's very powerful. Every shift I've made in my life, every big shift has come from being in a collective group, whether it was a small group program, training, or a one-on-one coaching. there's been more than just me. I tried to do it alone for so many years. And because I was kind of the lone wolf kind of person, just give it to me. I feel like I needed the control of getting it done the way I wanted it done. And oh my gosh, it is so, so refreshing to let that go, to be in a collective of beautiful women, to know that every single woman that comes into that circle brings a light, and the light grows because she is there, because you are there, because we are there together. It's so powerful. So I know there's a lot of women in here who are going it alone. And I want to encourage you to connect to a group. Doesn't have to be this group, can be any group, but connect with a group of women who are on a journey going the same way as you. Not always in the same pace, but in the same direction of connecting to their higher self. There is a magic that happens when people gather with clear intentions. I mean, you know the power of prayer and how powerful that is when people get into a circle and do a circle prayer, right? Same powerful energy when we come together and we manifest. And we manifest for our own life, but we also manifest keeping in mind how it is serving the world and how it's making everyone else, making the world a better place, right? And how it's rippling out and it's a positive effect for everyone else. So just being here tonight is powerful for you. Just being here tonight brings through new light codes, because as you're listening, you're opening to receive. And as you are receiving new light codes from your team, right? That makes the difference. Being open to learning, being open to growing in a group. hmm So from the last month, um, we did heal the heart wounds, and it was powerful, beautiful. It kicked off clearing debris through forgiveness, which we just started this week. Um, I hope you saw the video I put in there of a little clip from Sunday night's gathering. Um, and what came up over the past month was the need for more healing in our second chakra, belly chakra area, our creative center. We are the creative portal of the universe as women. We have this sacred creative space in our second chakra, our uterus, whether we still have a uterus or not, whether we've had children or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you relate to being a woman or not, you still have this creative sacral center. And the one thing that happens when we go through life and traumas in life, any traumas at all, they are held in our lower chakras. And this can block your creative flow, can block your creative expansion in the world. So think of your uterus is your love goes in and life comes out, right? So this is where we manifest from. So we open the gateway of energy in our heart for that God force light to come through into our heart. We welcome it. We consciously open and awaken our heart, opening it, that awakened heart, and we connect to our desires that we want in our life. When we really open our heart, we start to recognize what do I really want, right? And we start to be able to get clear on that, and we start to be able to create a vision around that. And then we need to move it down into our sacral chakra, or our second chakra, our belly chakra, right? Because that is where it grows, the creativity grows. But if there is energy blocked there, then we need to be aware of it and start to clean it out. So that is the painting that we're going to do, a little journey, a healing journey, a beautiful, soft journey of healing the womb space and opening and expanding that energy. And then we're going to do our painting over here. That's her there on Saturday. So if you'd like to join me for that, just reach out and let me know. I've had a couple women already say yes, put me on the list, and it's only $44 for the entire shamanic journey and the painting session. And then I am going to be recording it and cleaning it up so that you can have the recording so that you can continue to work on it if you don't finish it that day, right? And I will also be finishing the painting in video and then sharing that with you. Um, So I'm going to move into telling you about my new program that's coming up. So if you've had enough for tonight, thank you for being here with me. But if you want to hear more of this new program I'm super excited about, uh, then stay with me. So I am a wealthy woman. What I have learned is that this is a frequency that we claim. This is an energy. Wealth is more than abundant, and it's got its own unique frequency codes. And it also is very empowering when we step into that I am a wealthy woman presence and power. And this is what we are going to be aligning with. It's a 6-week program. There'll be 6 modules. You will get a module for each week, plus we will do a painting together, and there will be art journal prompts and that sort of thing, and writing journal prompts within there. But we are going to be reclaiming our power to become a wealthy woman, to be the wealthy woman, to be that sovereign woman who is able to lead her life, make decisions in her life, bring that frequency of wealth into our body, reclaim that power, feel that worthiness. Yes, worthiness. We always need to work on that. Step into that womanhood, access our magic of stepping into this higher level frequency, because we become magical when we step into that empowered state and we feel it. People around you treat you differently. Everything shifts around you, right? And when we invest in ourselves, when we become invested in our life, everything shifts and changes. So that, and also we're going to do a module at the end on the entrepreneur, right? Being the entrepreneur, the woman who wants to go out and create your business, and how do you do that? So that will be coming up, and you'll hear more about that. It starts on the International Women's Day, March 8th, and I'm really excited about that. So I'll tell you more about that as we go along. Right now, though, the price in the link is $555. There is a payment plan, and it will be going up to on February 26th. I think I wrote down February 26th. Yes, it's going to go up to 777. If you know me and you've taken these new programs with me, you know that I always start off with a lower price. And then after the program is created, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much in here, so much came through. And then it always ends up going up afterwards too. So if you would love to take this program with me, I'd say jump in, don't wait, get on there. And It's going to be an exciting ride. We are moving into, and even though it might not look like it out there, we are moving into an energy of new hope, of new beginnings, newness. And we can be right there at the forefront, creating the life of our dreams when we give ourselves permission to do that. And I am a wealthy woman. I wanted that branding to look like a stamp of approval, like boom, I am a wealthy woman. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I am going to rise up into that energy, into that state of mind, and exude and radiate that energy out around me. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this one. So I hope you'll come with me. When Women Gather begins on March 2nd, again for March. So again, remember you can come in anytime you want at the beginning of each month. There are women that are in there for the whole year, and there are women that come in for a month or here and there. So you can choose whether you want to just come in for 1 month or you want to come in for the full year. It's up to you. So that one is, it's only $88, and it is about coming back, realigning, reconnecting, calibrating together. That is the collective manifesting that we do in our TP, in our meditative journeys, right? So if you have any questions, just shoot them to me, let me know. Um, I will probably be back with more information about these as the week goes on, but I'm so grateful to have spent this time with you. I feel so much better having been in this, just talking about abundance and frequency and energy. I could just do that forever. And I'm so happy to have people to talk to about it. So thank you for being here. I love you guys. Let me know if you do have any questions, and I will answer them. I just need to have another drink here first. Okay, I'm not seeing any. So nice to see you too, Jamie. Thank you for being here. Thank you, you guys. I love you, and I love that you come and show up and do these chats with me. I love the energy. So I will see you guys later. Have a beautiful evening. Stay warm, Narita. You're so welcome. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.